Hey there, in this video we're going to quickly run through how to add inventory manually in your Beacon account. So navigate to the All Inventory screen and click New Inventory in the upper right corner. You can see we have a few options, but we're going to select Add Devices and Containers. This is the quickest option if you want to enter your inventory manually and you only have one batch to do. So one catalog number and one lot, this is what we're doing when we do this. So I'm not going to take a ton of time to talk about every field as we go through this, but you'll understand as we go through, you're just entering the product information that's relevant to your device. So first, we're going to select that it's a device instead of a container. We're going to enter the custody that we're going to be loading this inventory into, which will usually be the organization. Select the manufacturer for this inventory. You can see the product line. We have this box checked, so it's automatically going to pull from the catalog record that I select. And if you need to enter a new catalog record, you can do that by clicking Add New without even leaving this screen. But select the catalog number you need to load, enter the quantity for your inventory. I'll just do 6. And then if it needs to go into a container, you can select a container there. Click Next. You can add search tags for your inventory. So these are user-defined search terms. If you have any pieces of data you want to track that we don't already allow you to, you can just start typing in there and hit Enter to add it. But you can also select from the previous tags you've created. You can enter notes, otherwise click Next. And here we have a lot of information that pertains to the device specifically. So hold status is one I'll want to call out. So if you use quarantine or receiving locations, you can select that status here. Just bear in mind that all inventory will need to be updated to ready for sale before it can be used in a case. So I am going to create this inventory as ready for sale. And we'll select an inventory type of implant. And then if you have a location, you can also apply that here. These are custom locations beyond custody to track where inventory is. Then in the billing section, we're going to make this device billable. Pretty much any device that might ever be sold, you might want to make that billable just to expedite things. Then enter a list price for the item. This will be overwritten by contract pricing if contract pricing is going to be used in a case, but it's always good to have a backup list price there. And then enter the cost of goods for your item. You can select reusable, which means that after an item is used in a case, it will be added back into your inventory instead of being consumed. So this might be good for like instruments or recurring items or charges that you might want to keep in your inventory, like a shipping charge as an inventory item, something like that. But this cannot be undone, so be very careful what you are making reusable. And understand that most inventory, even if it's not usually sold, if it's going to be sold at any point in time, it might make sense to make it billable. Then click Next. Then you can enter the UDI for our item. We use this as the source of truth. So we break down the UDI and populate what information we can. You can enter other pieces of information here that aren't in the UDI, but if, for instance, expiration date is not in your UDI, but it has one, then there might be an issue with your UDI, so you should look into that. Then we'll click Create, and this will create the inventory. And you can see we're automatically brought to one of the device detail screens, but if we go to the All Inventory page, we can see that our inventory gets pulled to the top. The default sort is by most recent, so you can check all of these items to make sure that they got imported with the data that you would like. So that's how you can add inventory one batch at a time manually in Beacon. It's a little bit of work, but mostly just copying and pasting, and ultimately it only took us like 4 minutes, even with me talking. So pretty fast way to get your inventory into the system, as long as you don't have too much variation. So thanks for tuning in, and make sure to check out our other videos.